on the road again. To the left is Lake Hawea. We've left Kids Bush, stopping in Wanaka for a much needed fuel stop before we carry on. Exciting day today, and really looking forward to experiencing something completely new. A little bit nervous because given that this road is what it is, it may or may not be something of a difficult experience. Thanks again for tuning in, and looking forward to sharing this next part of this adventure with you. From Wanaka and up over the Crown Range. A bit of roadworks in the beginning sections here, some nice straight beautiful little bits of road as we pass the historic Cardona Hotel, a much awesome stop for motorcyclists and all other tourists. But the real beauty and the real place to find your happiness is definitively as we hit the bends on our southbound trek until we strike the range. Final leg of the uphill stretch is always a glorious moment, especially when you look ahead and there's no traffic to encounter. It's a certain beauty, and you hope that on the whole trek you're going to encounter very little or none, or have the opportunity to pass. And a congregation of ambulances. I don't think they're here for us. They better not be. An absolutely fantastic view. The trouble can be is trying to decide if you want to enjoy the view or enjoy the twisty, turny road. The lookout point to overlook the valley. We've passed the quaint town of Arrowtown, and we have brought food also in Wanaka for tonight as we turn and take the road up to the ski field. We're not going skiing, it's summertime, there is no skiing to be had. Up here you can do a lot of push biking, cycling, mountain biking. They have a lot of trails and stuff set up for the summer season. Unsure if you can ride them in the winter. I'm sure you could try. And we got to the sign of the moment where we had our first attempt at making our trek up this road. Well, here we are. It's going to be take two. We were here, how many years ago we were here? 2. About 2 years ago, and they had a Blimmin' bushfire up there and they closed the road and we couldn't go there, but we ended up getting to go to Moki Lakes, which was pretty damn cool too. So today is the day. We'll go up the Skippers Road, which starts from where we are right now and goes up into the hills. Crossing the point and going through to get heading north, a point of no return. Well, you could probably do a U-turn. The road is pretty skinny though in places, and so far, aside from being a little bit steep and a little bit rough around the edges, this road so far is not too much of a worry. The point of nervousness is because of the width of the road, and if there were cars or trucks coming the other way, is just being extra cautious as you come around the bend that you don't end up against the grill of the vehicle coming the other way. Now, as we get a little further down the road, there is some pretty steep drop-offs, and I'm pleased to be riding on the left-hand side of the road. I'm not a great fan of heights, especially when other people are near the edge, because I'm not that fussed on the idea of people falling over. So far, spectacular sights of where they have blown the rock away or drilled or shoveled. I don't know how they broke the rock to make this road back in the days where horse carriage and maybe the beginnings of automotive transportation would have been coming up this way. And to think they would have brought all the equipment to do the gold mining, dredges and heavy machinery, which would be very bulky and extremely heavy in comparative to maybe what is used today. Well, I thought we'd stop at like an old beer, and I would have had one had I have been here sometime between 1863 and 1945. The Welcome Home Hotel. Even the board's a bit faded, but I'm sure a few good old times would have been had around the fires and enjoying what the place would have had to offer. Coming down the hill was pretty cool. It's fairly steep, but it's not too terrible so far. It would be interesting in the wet, but it's not wet today, so that's alright. We'll carry on. Anthony's gone ahead, doing his thing, and I'm doing my thing. So we'll just do that and we'll get to the final destination. Well, not the final one, because we're going to keep going after that. And as he's headed ahead of me, at the top at the entrance, I had stopped and I was just waiting for a response from a couple of text messages, because I was going to be off grid for a moment in time and just wanted reassurance that family were okay. Room on this road, but it's really beautiful. Well, I don't know how far we're along the Skippers Road, but we're down here where the Skippers Canyon jet boat does its thing. Anthony must be way up the road. We'll go down and have a look at the river and see what it feels like. I can imagine this place would get pretty flooded with a bit of water in the hills. It's not as cold as that chasm, not as clear either. The hills around here are impressive as, eh? There's obviously a working farm as well. I'm guessing the camp could be actually over there where that wee shiny. But we're here, we'll keep going down. I'm guessing this is probably where they kind of mine stuff, maybe, or it's just erosion, one of the two. Not sure. There's a picture of before and after. Oh, so it's about wilding trees. Okay, it's got nothing to do with that. You can see where the wilding trees are. Must be spraying or whatever, try and get it under control. Be nice to cool into Diggers Rest. blue skies and clear way ahead of us. I've got to say that so far, given that this road is classed as one of the most dangerous roads in the world, it hasn't been too terrible. We haven't come up against a lot of traffic, which has been kind of helpful. The road surface is not what I expected. Quite dusty, quite sandy. Having clear weather like we are right now with no rain or anything probably is a bonus for us, because if it had been wet, that sand on top of the rocky surface could well be pretty slippery on road tyres. The old historic bridge, very, very funky. One thing noted is quite unique around here is all the dead trees, wilding pines, the disease of the countryside up in these parts. Unfortunate, but at the same time good that they are beginning to get them under control. Some images of what wilding pines and how they have changed the nature of the landscape. Pictures of before and after is quite remarkable as to how much ground they can cover. Oh well, we've made it to Skipper's Canyon Camping Ground. An old historic building over there in the distance. Information boards over there in the distance. Stuff everywhere in the distance, and heaps of wilding pines dead. Pretty damn remote and pretty damn awesome. Oh well, Camp Guzzy is almost pretty much done. The one great Guzzy, the one okay Guzzy. $20 on the slot.
And the slot there,
We've paid our piece for the... Some remnants of maybe the old gold mining area. It looks like a sluicing sort of thing or other. Some piles there and a big water pipe that comes down. Probably bringing water in to do whatever they did back in the day. And there's a helicopter up in the hill doing who knows what, making some noise. Ah, cheers. That's good. So from the New World supermarket we had a Halo's mandarin, and if you have watched previous videos you would have seen on the way up to Yosemite we went past the Halo factory. Halo mandarins, we have these back at home in New Zealand, so all the way from California. Factory just north of LA. Haven't peeled spuds like this for a long time. I don't want it to take too long to cook, so we'll cut it small.
So I emptied a 13 litre bucket and a 25 litre bucket. I had my potatoes growing in. I hauled out 8 kilos there.
Alright, that's pretty good.
They're all good sizes too.
We're going to make a mash.
Parsnips are best roasted.
Yes, but I won't be roasting it because we're going to mash it. And there's the old homestead where we see the chimney. That's a shame it burnt down. That's the old bridge we come across. I've had old bridges like that. There's a nice little room, this is part of the schoolhouse, maybe the teachers lived in here. Oh, look at that. Exploring the awesomeness of what once was and the history behind the area is quite fascinating, and a shame that they lost the original farmhouse to unfortunate fires started by tourists. But soon we will continue our adventure from Skippers Canyon. We will head elsewhere. Looking forward to sharing. Thanks again for watching so very much. Appreciate every one of you. See you again next week. Thanks. Bye for now.